I think what we'll do is just get on past the homework. Look it up. You will be a more intelligent person once that you look this up, because it's this right here is the arbor that we had on there to paint with, if you remember. Get that out of the way, and you see we used them two washers, and we got no paint on that mating surface on either side. It's a good tip. The lesson for the week is this sliding tooth right here. See, the first Maytag, the Model 92 that had the kick pedal on there, if you remember, the early ones didn't have no sliding tooth, and it was a problem. It was enough problem that the Maytag engineers added this sliding tooth mechanism. Oh, it's ingenious in what it does. I'm just going to leave it with you. Look it up, study about it. You will be well informed to know about this sliding tooth on a gear. It's just a tip of the week. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to put this engine together. It's what I've been doing all evening. The gaskets for the gas cap, you got to have one. And this is an early 37. And if you remember, the early 37s did not have the chain in there. Even this one is corroded pretty bad. That's not good. We got the cap on there. The pivot pin for the crank pedal. If you remember, we made a new one. The first thing that we need to address is this air tube. Anytime you got two mating surfaces, let's just get past this on the get-go. Anytime you got two mating surfaces, you don't want no paint right there. So that hole's clean in yonder, and this is clean right here, and this goes right in that hole yonder. That's your air breather. This part right here at the present is loose. You leave that loose. Well, you snug it up with the knife, just finger tight. Once the engine starts and running, you'll move this right here. That's the way that the cap is a three-piece mechanism. I think this engine right here, when it was brand spanking new, I think this engine probably would have had a plastic cap on there, but I ain't got one. But I believe a 37 early would have had this is probably a replacement, even though I'm sure it is Maytag. Once we get the engine running, once you find where it runs the best, then what you do is loosen that nut up here and turn this to where that run is direct, straight up and down. If you've got an engine there, your engine on your back porch, and it starts and runs, but you run it right over there all the time, well, all you have to do is loosen up that nut right there, just a little bit, and then turn this to where run is straight up, hold it right there, and then tighten up that right there. That's all you got to do, set that right. And I've already cleaned that hole out in there. I shined the flashlight up in yonder to make sure it was all still clean and everything from the paint job. It was. I'm going to put a little bit of this and now you want to be careful when you putting this stuff on anything, that it's not too much. This has to be airtight. The Maytag book says to put some sealer on there, whatever kind they used. I just prefer this right here. It's really good. When you put this thing up in there, now you don't want to get that sealer off down yonder on that little Ventura thing down in there. So you want to be kind of careful, but you won't have too much on here so it'll run out, and then we'll take a cloth, clean it up. We'll touch it up with some paint even before that we oil her down. But all you do is put that right in there. Yeah. Okay, now that's good. That's enough. I'm not going to fool around with it because I don't want to get any down in that orifice in there, the drain back hole. I want that to be just like it is. I've already got the little set screw started in there. So you take the Allen wrench and put it in the hole in the set screw and tighten that up. And you want this, you do need to make a visual on this, that the crook on that pipe is straight up. But you can't tilt it a little bit like this right here. You do want that pipe to end up straight. It's just an eyesight thing. And you hold just a little pressure on there. Make sure it bottoms out while you're tightening up your Allen wrench. That's It don't take too much because you can crimp up. I am going to tighten it up a little bit more though. Okay, that's good enough. You seen what it did, just hardly nothing. So that's tight, that's good to go. Now I won't, at this time, I'm going to remove that sealer that run down there. You see I got that clean in there. All traces of the sealer's gone around through there. You can just see a hair line around through there. And I'm going to leave that like it is. This the set screw is good and tight. Both of them are. We're finished with that. Tomorrow I will take a small touch-up brush and touch that up. We're good to go right there. And to keep this out of harm's way, I'm gonna put it up. I'm going to put that up there. Like I say, we will make adjustments on the cap. We got that on there. We got that on there. Oh, it's probably time. We probably could put a there. We don't need that no more. This hole right here, where this plug goes, that also will have some sealer on it later. I'm just going to put it in there right now for the time being, like so, because I will seal that up. I have to remove that later once I put the RPM gauge on it to see the RPMs. Then most likely I will have to take that out, make an adjustment, and put that back maybe 2 or 3 times. That we will leave that unpainted at the time, and once you get it set, then we will touch that up also. The next thing is the kick pedal. This the kick pedal part as such. It's a typical 1937 kicker pedal. And on this here right here, probably I'll talk about that right now. I'm going to take that back off there. This is of some concern. The Maytag 92 book says do not put any oil or grease at all on those balls, to leave them unoiled. It says if you need to do anything, you can pack the void in the housing in there. These here don't have that void in there. So I'm thinking, if anything, a small amount of I'm just going to use a small amount of light oil, just a small amount on the shaft only. On this particular one, I'm not going to oil them balls. And I think what I'll do when I sign out here tonight, I'm going to put the engine on a slight tilt that away, and so the oil will run down and get all the way through to the other side. That's all I'm going to do on that. It's just something I read recently, and I tend to agree with it. At this point, then, let's just go ahead maybe and put this whole side together. We can do that. We got to get this dummy bolt out of there. If you remember, we just put a bolt in there to keep the gasket in right. All of these bolts had the number 30 on them. If you remember, they're marked. We got that out of there. The standby bolt also has the 30. It's been cleaned, and I'm going to put a little sealer on that right there. I suggest it for you also. And this is the side cover. Right in the bottom right there, it's got a set screw, and I've already installed the spring in the cover part. The easiest way to do that is to put the spring at this point. You put the spring in the kick pedal before you put it on the machine.